Hello everyone. I'd like to make a short video to kind of give you an update on what's been going on with me here in Cambodia. I haven't done a video since late July, and that's due to several reasons. First of all, I spent most of the month of August back in the United States, spending time with my church, the Mount Sinai family, which was really a refreshing time for me, a time to share about my previous one-year experience here in Cambodia. I believe that my report was well received. I felt very much appreciated at the Mount. I also spent a lot of time with former colleagues and friends of mine there in the Austin area. That was a joy to see some of my friends again and to share my experiences with them as well. And so that was the primarily the whole month of August. I arrived back in Phnom Penh in late August, early September, and when I arrived here, I faced some new challenges, which not surprising because you know the enemy is always going to be kind of upset when you're trying to do things to advance the kingdom. So I'm not really surprised by challenges. In fact, I kind of expect them. Some of the challenges I faced was on my return from the United States, I started to feel very ill. I had some sickness, and the sickness persisted for probably about 2 weeks, I would say. And it turns out that the sickness was due to some medicine I take. I take medicine for controlling my blood pressure, and the medicine I was taking, which I had purchased here in Cambodia, did not contain another medicine that I needed to take in combination. So because a form of medicine was missing, my body was reacting to the absence of that medicine. Thank God I was able to figure that out and get that extra component of medicine that I needed, and then my health was returned to normal. So I'm grateful for that. I also, when I returned, the university where I teach, they were going through a reorganization of sorts, and they had moved classes to different parts of the city. Some of those classes were located in places, on campuses very far away from where I'd been teaching last year. But thankfully, the classes to which I was assigned to teach were relatively close to where I'd been teaching before, and so with some adjustment, we kind of got into a rhythm involving those classes. Also, the Operation Mobilization, the organization that I volunteer with here in Cambodia, they too are in the process of moving. And there was some angst for a while in terms of would they be moving far away, would they stay in the same general vicinity. And it turns out, by God's grace, that they found a new place that was relatively close to their current headquarters. So their move would not be a lengthy one, and they're expected to move by the end of the year. I also had some issues with my passport visa. Thank God that those things were resolved. It's interesting how that worked. I was, it's like I was getting bombarded with one challenge after another, and during my morning devotion, I happened to, on one day during my morning devotion, I happened to be reading 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, where Paul was talking about some of the many trials that he encountered during his missionary journeys. And as I was reading some of the experiences that Paul had, some of the challenges that Paul faced, like being whipped, flogged 5 times, being beaten with rods, being stoned, being shipwrecked, being floating out to sea, constantly under death threats. All of his challenges really made my challenges seem quite small. And it was interesting, as I was reading that particular chapter, my phone rang, and I received a message that my passport issue had been resolved. So it's really interesting how God works. If you just trust Him, know that He's in control. Challenges are no challenge for God. They're only challenges for us, so we just have to learn to trust Him. And so I learned a valuable lesson from these challenges, is that God's in control and I just have to trust Him. Other than that, things have kind of now started to kind of return back to normal. Now here we are in kind of mid-November. I'm still teaching at the university. I also still do volunteer work for Operation Mobilization. I also am still very actively involved at the church, International Baptist Church of Cambodia. There I teach English classes. I am involved in the weekly prayer meetings, and also involved in the worship services, and also do a lot of work related to missions to the provinces. So in that sense, things are kind of returning back to normal, which I am quite happy for. I have also, since I have returned, I have been doing witnessing in a part of the city known as the Riverside. The Riverside is an area of the city, very, very nice area of the city that's really kind of designed to attract foreigners. And of course, when you attract foreigners, that's also going to involve interaction with locals. And of course, that involves some, shall we say, unethical behavior. So there's a lot of drinking in that area, there's drugs, probably prostitution. All those vices are kind of located in that part of the city. But there are some areas where you can go and have, like, a decent lunch or dinner. And usually, like on Sunday evenings, I will go and have dinner along the Riverside. And I started to kind of notice the vices taking place around me, and I've been kind of motivated to witness. And so I now, when time permits, I will go to the Riverside area, pass out gospel tracts, and seize the opportunity to witness, to share Christ with others. The activity thus far has been kind of touch and go. Some people are receptive to what I have to say, some people reject it, but I define success as being willing to witness. And so I solicit your prayers that I can continue to grow in that area of my ministry work, to witness to those on the streets and in places where Christ is obviously not the focus. So things have, in general, have returned back to normal. I have gone on one mission trip since I returned. That was about a couple of weeks ago, and I have another mission trip that's scheduled for this upcoming weekend. And since I have been tardy, since I haven't done any videos since July, I will try to make it a priority to kind of capture some of the activities that will take place during the upcoming medical mission, actually scheduled for this coming Friday. And I'll try to share the results of that experience with you. So I just wanted to give an update. I'm doing fine, thanks to God's grace. Oh, I also should mention that there has been recently some political friction here in the country of Cambodia. The party that's been in power for like the last 30 years have received kind of a political challenge, and the confrontation between the power and party and the opposition kind of has been intensifying. But I'm trusting God that peace will occur, and that a peaceful resolution will result, and that the political friction will go away. But again, either way, God's in control, and I will simply trust Him. So I apologize for being tardy, but got a lot of things going on. Also, I might as well mention that my YouTube channel, the channel where I store the videos, had been kind of, for technical reasons, inaccessible. And so it's only recently that I've been able to gain access to my YouTube videos. So hopefully everything now is starting to normalize, and I can hopefully do videos more frequently. Again, I just wanted to touch bases with you to let you know all is well, and to let you know that I'm working continuously in God's service, and I pray that He's watching over you, blessing you. And I ask that you please pray for me, that I will continue to be a good representative for Christ. So until next time, take care and God bless.